My name is Blair. I'm the blogger behind The Fox and She, and I design WordPress blogs as well at my company called Leap Blog Design. One question I get a lot from clients is how to add a custom Pinterest button, one of those, that goes over your images kind of like this. I just use a regular one here, but we're going to talk about how to create either you can use this one or create a custom one as well. So first off, this tutorial is only for WordPress blogs. If you have WordPress.com, I don't believe this is going to work, so you're going to need self-hosted WordPress. So if you have that, let's go ahead and get started. For this tutorial, I'm going to be using this Style for Miles theme, which is one of my prefab themes, and we're going to add a custom Pinterest button here because there is currently not one. So first things first, we need to create a button. You can really use any photo editing program that you like. I personally like Illustrator the most, so I'm just going to create a simple button here. This size is 100 pixels by 45. Looks like I accidentally made it a little bit bigger here. A good rule of thumb is if you're going to create a custom one, obviously you want it to stand out, so definitely want to make it pop, but you also want to make it sure that it is branded, the same as your site. So for this one, because it's just really simple black and white, I am just going to keep it really simple and do that. So pin it, you can say, whatever you want here. Let's go a little heavier on this. And make it 16 pixels. Okay, so this is nothing really fancy, but I just want to make sure that you guys kind of understand what I'm doing here. If you're using Illustrator or Photoshop, I always suggest creating outlines of your fonts because it's going to make them show up a little bit crisper for the web. Pin it, button, save that on our desktop, and then we're going to go ahead and save for web. This just compresses the file so that it loads faster on the internet. Having a really high-res image doesn't really do you any good and will just slow down your site. So, okay, we've got our Pinterest buttons. We're going to close that. Then we're going to log into the back side here. So this is the back end of my Leap Marketing and Design prefab template. And all that you have to do is simply add a brand new plugin. So the one I like to use, I believe it's called jQuery Pinterest button for images. And there it is, jQuery Pin It button for images by this guy, Marcin Skrzypek. I'm not even going to try to say his last name. So we're going to go ahead and install that. Go ahead and activate it as well. And so now you want to go over to your settings to get this thing set up just how you like it. So here you can pick on this home page, this selection. This kind of pulls like where you want the image to pull from. I don't really touch any of this. Occasionally a theme might have you pull images from strange things, so that can be kind of frustrating. Here you can select which pages you actually want the pin it button to show up on. So, sometimes if you have a home page that's got like a big slider, you don't want the home page to have, pin buttons there. So you can turn those off and kind of customize it there. This is also a really cool feature. So sometimes you'll have things like, your sidebar things that are really small. You obviously don't want a Pinterest pin it button coming up over them. So you can set this here so that it only pulls on images that are over a certain width. So it'll only pull on images that are in your main column. We are going to move over to the visual page, and this is where we add the custom image. So here, you just click custom image. I'm going to go ahead and upload that from our desktop. And use as pin it button. And you can see here, right here, this 100 by 45. You just want to remember that size because it asks you for it. Oh, actually, just kidding. I guess the new version automatically inputs it for you, which is really great. And then you can actually pick where you want the Pinterest button to come up. So I like the top left personally, but you can make it wherever you want, and then you can change the margins if you feel that you need to. This part up here is actually really cool too. You can pick what the Pinterest pop-up populates with. So a lot of times I always put different alt tags in there, and I'll use that one, but you can use whatever you want. And then here, linked page, always linked to individual post page. This is great for Pinterest because a lot of times people will pin things from the home page, and then on Pinterest, you want those images to link to that exact post, not just your home page. It's good for the reader, and it's good for you. It'll keep people on your page longer. And this transparency, this is when you hover over the image, if you want the image to go transparent. We're going to try 0.2. I don't know how much that'll really do, so we'll see. And all you have to do is hit Save Changes. And then we're going to go over here, refresh our page, and there it is. Pretty simple, right? You can click on it and you can see that it does pull that alt text, which unfortunately for this image is nothing good. And then you can go ahead and pin it from there. So it's pretty easy. If you have any questions, please just leave them in the comments below. And let me know what you guys think of these videos. I probably am really awkward, but I wanted to try something new and see if this was an easier way to show you guys how to do some cool stuff. Thanks for listening. Bye.